Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Grief Let's Talk About It podcast. And today is our new segment. We've been doing it, we've done it twice now, and it's called Talk About It Wednesdays, where my guests come in and we can talk about any topic that they want to. And today I have a returning guest, Janet Schoen. And we're talking about, if you guys didn't catch the first one, right? It was an amazing conversation. Go back and check it out. And today, this Wednesday, we're talking about goal setting going into 2024. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please put them, please let us know. And then before we get started, I'm gonna let you know that this is for entertainment purposes only. And if you guys are tuning in for the first time today, do me a favor, head over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button to help us support the channel and grow it and grow it so we can keep bringing you guys some more amazing content. Okay. Now, without further ado, my guest Janet, how you doing today, my friend?
I am on top of the world. We are like what 4 days from Christmas, and
Yes.
there's lots of hustle, there's lots of bustle, and lots of good things and blessings.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this, not to talk about what my post is going to be, but it's Wednesday, and I always do faith on Wednesday, and I wanted to put in there about we're at Christmas, and always people look for miracles and want to see the blessings, and but they're there every day
Yeah.
of every week and every month. It's just that we're more open to seeing them at Christmas and believing that they are blessings and they are miracles, but they're there every day.
Yeah. But it's the season, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Throughout the whole year, I always have to ask myself, why isn't it like that throughout the whole year? And then I have to think about it again, right? Um, why
I'm laughing because I've actually thought that exact same question.
right, like why aren't people looking for them? Because people, like you said, people aren't looking for them, right? Throughout the year, it's the thought about Christmas, it's the thought about family and friends and love and connection and community, you know, and all of those things. It holds such a significant status this time of year because the New Year's is coming in, right? You know what I'm saying? We getting our families together. We want to bring in the New Year's with our families, brand new start. Well, it's not really a brand new start. I don't really like that idea. It's improving from the year before, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Yes, to
maybe
not be in the
saying
same place next year at this time.
right. You know what I'm saying? And so if people have kept a record of what this year has brought them, the moments, the challenging moments, the ups and downs, all of those beautiful things that come along with life, right?
Yes, yes.
And who are you at the end of the year? Now, who do you want to be going into the new year, and what does that look like going into the end of that new year of next year, right? So, really important topic. Um,
Tony,
well,
this is sitting on my heart. I got to
uh-huh.
say this. You know, I'm from my life experience and different things. You want to know what this time of the year has that a lot this time, and then probably Easter is probably the only other time where it's possibly there. But we have a window of hope.
Mm.
And it really starts with hope. You cannot get to believing if you don't have hope.
Ah, yes. And I would like to add to that. You can't get to hope without having faith. Unbelievable faith, right? You know what I'm saying? Because faith
Mhm.
of a mustard seed would take you and make you build empires. You know what I'm saying? So you
Not
got
that
to
I want to get into debate. Do you think that I personally believe that hope comes before the faith, because the hope is the spark to everything.
right now, and I'm not disagreeing with you. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to push back a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
no,
a
that's
little
what
bit.
this is about.
Tell me what you think about this. Like in my world, you know what I'm saying? Hope became a beggar, right? I hope something happened. I hope this does this. I hope this does that. Whereas I go, I have faith that this is going to do exactly what it needs to do in order to direct me where I need to go. And so I had to separate the difference between hope and faith. And I have more faith than I do hope, because hope is like, even if it don't, I hope it does. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that. At some point, I had to stop. I had to stop being okay with with the way things were, and had to have faith that they were going to be there. They would be the way that they were, because for one, it connected me to my father, and it made me trust in the process a lot more. The process that I had to go through in this life, and no matter what, I had faith that it was going to work out.
I agree 100% with all of the words you said. And actually, I have written a book that's in the computer that I'm looking in to talk to you, that's called The Gift of Hope. And in there is a day and a revelation of where I talk about it's hope, because it is hoping, it's hope. And then you have to develop the faith. And with the faith, that leads to the trusting.
Ah, yes, yes, because
So,
you have to trust blindly, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it says, right? You know what I'm saying? Follow me blindly. Don't worry about everything else that's going on. You have to have blind faith, right? That
yes.
no matter what you see in front of you, you cannot dictate what's coming,
No,
what's
because it will
ahead of
come
you,
in
right?
multiple ways that
Right,
you would not even dream of.
right. And you have to be sincere with it, right? You have to be sincere. And I think that's where the truth lies in faith with me, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I have to be sincere in my trust in God that He's going to put me exactly where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? At the time I need to be there, regardless what anybody says, regardless what anybody believes, and the thing that I'm going through. Because for one, if I had listened to everyone else, I would not be sitting here talking with you right now. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here doing the things that I'm doing in this world, in the
Yeah.
communities, you know what I'm saying, and taking the opportunities the way that they're going, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like I had to look at it. I said, you know what? I have faith, but then I wrote it down, because faith without beliefs, you know what I'm saying, it's just words, right?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wrote it down
Because,
and I made it plain, so those who can read it can understand exactly the road that I was on. That means that no matter which way this road went, as long as I fixated on my father and followed him and became obedient to what he was doing for me, then that means everything else never mattered. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Whoever came after me or anything like that, it didn't matter,
Yeah.
because I knew that I was walking the path that I was supposed to walk.
Yeah. And then one of the things that I learned with my trial back when I was 20, I didn't, God gave me the steps. I don't of the law of attraction without me even really knowing it. I just
Right,
did what
right.
was on my heart. And so every day I thanked God for helping me achieve this and this and this, the
Mhm.
things that were really monumental. And then when I started to learn about all this, like 30 years later, I'm
Yeah,
like, God gave me that, and I didn't question it. I every night before I went to bed, I was like, "God, thank you. Thank you for this and this and this and this,"
right,
for achieving the big milestones that were non-negotiable.
right.
And then they happened at their appointed time.
But see, then that's a great segue into our topic today, right? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because goal setting, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're going to talk about goal setting going into 2024. I don't think people really understand how important it is to write these things down, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what 2023 is. You've already lived it. We go into a brand new year. What does 2024 look for you? Are you setting the bar higher than what you did last year, or are you staying at that level where you're content, right? You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
how important it is to write these things down, to set those goals, not just having, you know what I'm saying, daily goals,
Yes.
weekly goals, monthly goals, but having those yearly goals as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think having everything lead into the next thing, You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is what makes us
Yes.
fulfilled in this world,
Uh, yeah, I've learned what I don't think she called it this, but I'm going to call it this. It's kind of a triple R method in a way. You're going to
Mm,
review what went right, what went wrong, and then look at what went right again.
okay.
And then you're going to revise it. Revise that plan because the things that were lessons and you've learned from it so that way we can make better action and
Mm,
then relaunch. But don't wait till January 1 to start figuring this out. Give
mm,
yourself the grace and the knowledge and the tools to help you to take on 2024 by sitting down and doing it now.
I love that. I love that. So now, what are some of your goals for next year, and what steps have you taken going into the new year? Because I'm a firm believer. Hey, start now. Don't
Yes.
wait.
Yes.
Start
Yes.
now. You want to lose weight? Start now. Don't
Yes.
wait because it's just another day. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Don't make
Yes.
January 1st or the new year a significant date for you, right? You know what I'm saying? Start
Yes.
becoming a better version of yourself as you speak. Have a game plan and work that plan going into the New Year's.
Mhm.
That way you hit it strong. You know what I'm saying? You're going into the New Year strong, but now
Yeah.
you have something you know what I'm saying, by month 3, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, what do you want to
Well,
look like, how much you
yeah,
want
because it
to
takes at least 30 days to
mm,
establish a new habit.
right,
And
yes,
so if you wait till January 1, you're already 2 weeks behind on how
ex-
you could already be
mm,
2 weeks into the making of establishing a new habit that's gonna serve you in your health, your finances, your mindset, your
right,
spirituality, in all the areas. And you don't have to work on every area. Pick one area and make a step today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Make
right.
that step today. And mine is going to my biggest one. I mean, I'm really pretty good at it, but one of the biggest things I want to do is I want to keep my word to me.
Mm,
Because if I can't keep my word to me, even if I can keep my word to you, it doesn't matter because I didn't keep the word to me.
right, exactly. Oh wow, I do like that. I definitely like that. You've already seen one of my goals, right?
Yes.
You've already been a part of that one. Saying I'm
Yes.
gonna give people a little teaser. But yeah, this goal was set um, probably it's been on my heart for probably about a year or so.
Mhm.
And so when everything started to come into fruition, like-minded individuals, that my partner and program that the guy who's helping me put together a program aside from you guys, you know, uh, came to me, was like, I want to do something like this. I said, whoa, wow. So now he's speaking my language. I was like, all right. And so you guys, you and a few other people already showed up. We have going to be a lot more people. So we're putting together a program for people. And our goal is to have it launched by, in the next few months. Hopefully, not even hopefully, by springtime, it should be ready to market. You know what I'm saying? After a few beta testings and things like that, and be able to market, put it on out there.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. Now, on top of there, some things came into fruition that I didn't even think about, but I had thought about, right? You know what I'm saying? The Healing Through Love tour that I'm doing with Mark Smith, we're going to be kicking that off as well next year. With movie deal that, what I'm saying, I never thought that was going to happen, but what I'm saying, those things came about, new book offers and things like that. So now it has changed my trajectory about how life is taking me, and all the other opportunities of collaboration, the new episodes that we're going to be doing on the Grief Let's Talk About It podcast, starting, not just with the Talk About It Wednesday, but what I'm saying, the January we're kicking off the new episode, 30 couples, 30 days of talking about couples and child loss, right?
Oh,
Very
yes.
in-depth. February is going to come in. We're going to be talking to people about parental loss. March, we're going to be talking about sibling loss. and so forth and so forth. Like I have a whole series lined up, which actually leads into the end of April, where I'm going to be hosting my third my third annual Global Grief Conference 2024, which will be a virtual event, 3 days, right? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do it bigger than what we did last year. So I've set those goals, right? You know what I'm saying? And now I've been working at it because I got the game plan down. And I said,
Are
you know
you
what?
reverse engineering?
I've already reverse engineered it,
Okay.
and fine tuned it, from my perspective, right? And so as I'm starting to do it, I'm getting feedback. I'm going, okay, I need to revamp it this way, so I can have the effect that it needs, and things like that. But also on a personal note, building better relationships with
Yes.
individuals, learning
Yes.
how to communicate more with individuals and things like that, being more open to receiving the love from everyone as I always have, but also being patient,
Yes.
knowing when to ask for forgiveness, knowing knowing that gratitude is part of this process that I'm going through, but most importantly, being authentically true to myself, so
Yes.
I can become the better version of myself each and every time, and to be more effective in the field of my gift. So that's just me. You know what
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
saying?
Actually, because I dropped that seed and you said yes, maybe not all the viewers know. Explain how you reverse engineer, because that may be a new term for people. And for goal setting, reverse engineering where you're wanting to go is is a huge part of achieving the goal.
Right. Now, when we say reverse engineer, for me, right, you know what I'm saying? So what I did is that once I wrote this down and made it plain, and I was able to read it and to make it understandable, I set emotion in it. Now, with this comes a lot of responsibility. There comes a lot of sacrifices and things like that, that comes along with it. So now I have to go back in, and look at the people who are around me. Are they positive influences? Am I able to contribute to their life in a way? Are they going to be able to walk with me during this process? Because now, I'm saying, as I'm reverse engineering everything, I have to go back in. It's no longer playing checkers, I'm playing chess. Right? You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I have to move in a way to where I don't get checkmate on the outside of this thing, but
Mm-hmm.
I can stay the course. And as I hit those goals, I checkmate. Boom. But I'm doing it in a way to where I'm not hurting anyone. I am helping those that want to come with me. I
Mm-hmm.
am, what I'm saying? And for those who don't, I'm wishing them along their way. I'm learning not to take things personal. Right?
that's
You know
that,
what I'm saying?
that's yeah,
I've learned that,
that's a
but
tough, that's a
I had to
whole
learn.
podcast in itself.
but well, because it's not personal, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I understand that this path that I'm on is a lot bigger than me. And I've
Yes.
always reminded myself that it's never about me, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's about the work that I do and staying committed to that. And I understand that every level, you know what I'm saying, for every
Mm-hmm.
stage that I go through, there's people that can't go with me.
Yeah, you have
I have to be
intentions,
aware.
and the
Right.
intentions will help the people that are meant to be helped.
Right. And so I've had to go back in, right? You know what I'm saying? As I'm working this plan, as I'm setting these goals and things like that, and go, I need this is what I need to do. Okay, this is not working right here. So I'm gonna have to go backwards. Right. This didn't work right here. This took me down this trajectory right here.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to move this because I need to keep going in this direction. So I'm going back in and I'm removing those things and I'm repeating the steps over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because failure upon failure leads to success. Right. So I'm repeating the steps over and over again until I get into that right trajectory. Then I keep working that plan until I hit the next stage of it,
Mhm.
seeing what's working, what's not working. You know what I'm saying? If it's working, okay, we're going to keep going until it's time for me to pivot.
And
right?
if you find something that works and then you go to do it again and you're finding some resistance, it's okay
Yeah,
because
resistance is part of it.
I know, but I'm kind of going through that myself, and I'm like,
Mhm.
and like it's it's important. I think it's something that rides on my heart to share that hey, don't give up. Yes, you're seeing and feeling that resistance. Look at why is it possibly appearing? What programming is there in your subconscious mind that is trying to tell you the lies of what you didn't do that you're already done? If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, it makes perfect sense. Because what happens is that people have a tendency of doing the same things over and over again, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And not knowing when to let a step go, not
Yes.
knowing when to let a step go. And it's that old saying, and it may sound cliche, but you know what I'm saying? Insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results, right?
Yes,
You
that's
know what
the
I'm
true definition of
saying?
insanity,
And that's it.
which I think a lot of us have a smidgen of insanity in us, whether we want to admit it or not, because those are called habitual habits that don't serve you, but yet they serve you in a way of comfort.
And this is true. And the problem is that people like to stay in their comfort zone.
Yes.
People
Which
like to stay in their comfort zone.
I'm not saying it's bad, but there's a lot to be found when you take just a small step.
Yeah,
It's
and
scary. It is scary, people.
it
I'll
is
admit it.
scary. And the reason now this is where I may go. I may or may not agree with being in that comfort zone because everything I've ever accomplished has taken me outside of my comfort zone. I mean, I went from an introvert, being a quiet individual, to now podcasting, to saying speaking on
Yes.
stage, to saying doing some amazing things, putting my story in books. Starting an organization, things that I never even thought that I was ever going to do a day in my life.
Yeah.
And so getting outside, I had to let go. And part of my goal was to trust the process. Once I really had an in depth look at what the process was, and if I told people how what it was, they never believed me.
Yeah.
They never believed me. But now I understand why people don't say anything, right? You know what I'm saying? They like, when you figure it out, because if I told you, you know what I'm saying, it'll go right over your head.
Well,
But
it's not their job to understand your mission and your goal.
well, no, the process is universal for each individual, right? It's universal. It is never it has never changed. With everyone that I've ever talked to, everyone that I've ever listened to, every motivational speech I've ever sat down and actually dissected and had to learn from, and things like that, the process was always the same across the board. There was a few things that I noticed that was straight across, right? The process. That's why they say fall in love with the process. When people
Yes.
realize what that simple phrase means,
Or the
it takes on
journey.
a whole or the journey,
If you don't
right?
relate with
Don't
process, try journey.
exactly the journey, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the journey, not the destination. Stop focusing on the destination. The destination is constantly evolving, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
and the results can't be found in looking at the destination
right.
because the I am in that gray area right now. I
Mhm.
because I have wanted a lot of things for a long time, and wanting does not help you to get
No,
where you're wanting to go. It's focusing on what I'm doing today by sitting here with you, by what I got to do next and whatnot. It's those actions that will take me to that ultimate destination that I'm hoping to achieve. And I won't get there if I don't focus on the now.
right. Now, when you say the now, Explain it a little bit. We may have similar definitions to it, and I would like to add to it if you know what I'm saying,
Mhm. Yes.
if you don't mind. So when you talk about the now, explain what you mean.
Right now, in this moment, not
Mm,
a second from the past, not a second to the future, but immediately right now. That's why when before we got up doing, I was a little cray cray, and with all the news that I had, with everything that's going on, and I needed like a single breath will bring you into the moment right now, and what it
mm,
does that I have learned and is it empowers me. It empowers me to be able to make a choice.
right.
And I don't react, I respond.
Mm,
And that alone is a gift from God.
yes. Yes. I love that you just said that right there, right? Because um I, I I taught myself this because there was a part of me that always reacted when people said certain things to me. And I
Yes.
got tired of reacting to things, right? Why am I reacting to what this person is saying? And then I started to think about it. And you know, one of the blessings, one of the few blessings that I had when, you know, that I got from my son, as I was learning how to be a father and how to be a man, um, was that, you know, reacting to things is an emotional response,
Yes.
right? You know what I'm saying? So why am I reacting to something that someone else says? Because I can't change what the next person says. Now,
Yeah.
what I can do, and this changed my whole mentality about how people began to take the next steps of what was being said. Now, I stopped reacting, take a deep breath, and I responded. But I responded in a way that wasn't negative. I just went, okay, not a problem, because now I have a better in-depth understanding of the person that's in front of me. What you're going through is a you problem. It's not a we problem.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if I allow myself to get into your world, then it becomes a we problem. And you're going to walk off feeling as if you just dumped all of these things on top of me. And I'm going to carry it into the next person that I meet. And I'm having attitude. And you know what I'm saying? And it's not going to end well. So
Yeah.
I decided, you know what? No, no more. You don't get to come and be toxic towards me and then be able to walk away. No, I'm going to respond in kind. You want to come and be toxic towards me? By the time you leave me, this has been one of my goals, and I want to be better at it, right? By the time you leave me, you're going to walk away with a smile on your face. Because we're
Yes.
going to leave it right here in this moment. As you just said, we're going to leave it in this moment. Because for one, I want you to feel like a human being when you walk away from me. I will have that conversation with you. We will sit. I don't care who's around. We will figure out what's going on.
Yes.
I'm going to love you right where you are. That way, when you leave, at least if you don't remember my name or my face, you will remember the way that I made you feel. And
Yes.
hopefully and faithfully, I would say you would carry that over to someone else. Yeah, and they're going to feel the same way. You're going to pay it forward. You're going to go home and you're going to be the best loving individual inside of your home. But you will remember the way I made you feel.
Yes.
And I think more of that needs to go out into the world. And we can deflect the hatred, the racism. We can deflect the anger. We can
Jealousy.
and the jealousy, and because then we can start to look at each other as human beings, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good goal to have going into 2024. How can you
Yes.
have the best possible human experience? I want to ask people that right now. Set a goal and ask yourself, how can you have the best possible human? Make it about you, but make sure that what you're thinking about in depth, that it affects everyone else around you because of
Mhm.
how it
Yes.
reflects off of you. How can you have the best possible human experience moving through the moments in 2024? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think knowing your somewhat of your background, Tony, that your grief helped you to see and realize that gift of now.
Yes. Um, it was definitely, it took me a little bit to get there. I think
Well,
all of us do,
that's fine.
when
I
we,
mean,
yeah.
there's no,
I know. Yeah, there's no time limit. There's no time frame on it, but it was a lot of things I had to learn. And it, although I've been doing it such a short amount of time, it feels like I've been doing it my whole entire life. Everything I've learned, I've had to learn.
Mhm.
I'm self-taught in a lot of areas, and a lot of people don't believe that. Like, I never picked up a book and said this is what this is. I learned by going through it, and it was like my gift fast tracked me. It totally just fast tracked me. So after I raised my son until he passed away,
Mhm.
and it was a whole thing that happened along that journey. And when he passed away, I went through a grieving process that I didn't even know about, right?
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of things that when I decided, I said, you know what, I need to be a better version of myself, but I got to figure out, why do I feel this way? And I had to
Yeah.
go back to my life. And it was a backwards walk,
Mhm.
right? And I had to be totally honest with myself about everything. Not only the choices that I made, I had to be accountable for them. I had to learn how to forgive myself. Then I had to become the version throughout my life, from the time I was a child till I was an adult. So that version of me that was healed can walk with me until I
Mhm.
was a teenager. Then that version can walk with me until I became a young man. And then that version could walk with me until I became the father. And then that version could walk with me until I had to learn how to live without all of that. You know what I'm saying? My
Yeah.
parents, my brother, my son, countless friends, and things like that. I had to become different versions of myself in order to heal. And so there was some work that went along with that. So the loss opened up the doors for me to be my authentic self,
Mhm.
um, and
Yes.
to realize the true blessing that came out of the loss. Not just the relationships I have now, but the relationships I have with the people who have gone before me, the relationship that I have with my father, right? And the opportunities that he has granted me within my gift, right?
Yes.
But most importantly, identifying that thing that was inside of me that I've been searching for so long, and to be able to walk with purpose and direction and have a vision for not only for my life, but for everyone that's around me, because we can't do it alone,
No.
right? I said,
No.
I've already gone through the
Well,
top.
you can
No,
try, but God's going to say I'm right here.
yeah. Well, we're not meant to do it alone, right? We're not meant to go through
No.
life alone, right? You know what I'm
No.
saying? We're meant to love, we're meant to uplift each other, we're meant to learn how to communicate no matter which language that you're in. You know what I'm saying? We are just meant to do this as a unit. And
Yeah.
this time around, like I said, I went up to the top of my mountain. I came back down. I said, I'm bringing now that I have this platform, this foundation, I want to bring as many people with me that possibly want to come to be a shining light in this world for others.
Yes.
And that's how I met you. That's how I met so many other amazing people. Because I realized that it's not about me anymore. It's
Yeah.
about the people that we affect. And I want to see us be the most effective and efficient people in the areas of our gifts.
Yes. And the thought, oh my goodness, the thought walked away. Something you said totally. Oh, when we make it about someone else, when we're going through that and we're doing it for others,
Mhm.
you also feel your own spirit in a way
Yes.
that is beyond, like, I'm yet to really describe it. It's It's the most enriching, like your Grinch heart grows to like 10 times the size.
No, I love it. I love it, right? Because a part of this thing is having gratitude, but a part of it is being open to the grace, right?
Yes.
Not the grace that people talk about, but that undescribable grace. And when people get it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? You know that you're truly walking in the path that you're in, that you know what I'm saying, that
Yes.
you're authentically you at that
And
moment.
I want to say, if you're listening and you haven't found it, it's okay, but don't give up hope,
Oh, it's
because
there.
it's there.
It's
It
definitely
will
there.
come. It will come at its appointed time.
Yeah. Well, you have to quiet this up here, right?
Yes.
You have to quiet this up here because we get busy with negative thinking and all kinds of other things that come in. Trust me, I know. I used to be there. One of my goals was, hey, I need to quiet this up here,
Yes.
and I need to
Yes.
listen with this down here. Then I need to connect with my spirit down here, and in junction, when I aligned everything else, I began to have a better relationship. I can hear him. I was guided by him.
Yeah.
I can walk with him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
You'll start to hear positive things in your head instead of
right,
negative.
right. Well, I still, I still
We
battle with
all
with the
chitter
negative
chatter.
things because
Yeah.
I'm saying the chitter chatter, but I can look at it and go, nope, I'm
Mm.
not doing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a big kid too, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm open. My soul is open to being a child in this world. So when the negative thoughts come, nope, I don't
Mhm.
like that. You're gonna get
Yeah.
on out of the way. Such yourself some goals going to 2024 to knock out the negative thoughts as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The
Yes.
destructive thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because destructive thinking will lead to destructive ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm not saying
And
that you guys got to believe in the same things that we do. You know what I'm saying? If you believe, look, if a person believes in something and it makes them a good human being, I am all for it. Now, if you believe in something that doesn't make you a good human being, I have a problem with that, right? Anything that you believe in should bring you joy, should make you happy, should give you direction and a vision and something to hold on to when times get rough. You know what I'm saying? It should make you a
yes.
better version of who you are on a day-to-day basis at each and every moment that you live your life.
Yes.
So
And
I'm a firm believer in that.
I want to empower the listener. If you are struggling, if you're just struggling in whatever aspect of your life, make a point today to start to breathe.
Mm,
Intentionally breathe. Just
let
start
that
with
go.
breath. Just stop for a moment and go,
Yeah.
because the peace that comes with that and the empowerment is a gift. And you will start to recognize it, and you'll be like, dang, that worked.
Right? And that I love that as well. And I want to add to it, you know, saying as people begin to put these things together, going into 2024, have patience with yourself,
Yes.
right? You know what I'm saying? You got to remember tomorrow's a new day, it's a new part of your life. It's not going to be the same as yesterday. Have patience with yourself. There's going to be things that you don't know, and it's okay. But be a student of this life, learn it, right? You know what I'm saying? So you can be better. Um, and then you walk the path that you're supposed to walk. Um, Another
Yes.
thing is don't be so hard on yourself going into 2024, right?
I was the queen of being hard on
Hey, I
anyone.
was too. I was too. Look, I think everybody's guilty of it, right? You know what I'm saying? We can be hard on ourselves. We
Mhm.
can be our number one butt kickers,
I
right? You know
thought
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
okay to give grace for everyone else. Everyone else deserved the grace,
Except for me. Yeah.
but not
Right.
me. But no,
Oh,
no, 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 no. It
yeah.
needs to start with me, and
Yes.
then I can go help you.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you can't help yourself, you can't help no one else. And if you do try, what's going to happen is going to work temporarily, and life is going to come back around and say, "Hey, remember that time when you didn't take the time for yourself, and I tried to tell you that you should, Well, it's a little bit
Yep.
too late for that now. Now the
Yep.
burden of everything else has been piled on top of your head. So in 2024, try to eliminate that. It's hard, but please try to eliminate those things. You know, 2024 promises to have great opportunity for each and every last one of us. And I want you, the listeners, um, to have the best possible experience, human experience that you possibly can, filled with prosperity, love, hope,
Joy,
faith,
fulfillment,
joy,
peace.
fulfillment, purpose. Right? If you haven't found your purpose, ask God. Ask God, what's my purpose? What am I here for?
And if you
Right?
don't, if you need signs to smack you in the face, you just tell him, I need it to be very obvious because
Oh,
I told, I
be
told
careful
God,
with that now.
yeah, but I was like, I don't get little hints, God. I need to know. Like, I
Yeah, but
need
you
to
got to be
know.
careful with that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember
Well, but
I
he
said it
can,
one time.
he can
I said,
bless you as much as he can open your
yeah,
eyes. So,
this is very, very true. But see, you got to be very specific about what you ask now. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Because it may be misinterpreted, and then you may get exactly what you're asking for. So you have to be very, very specific. I remember one time I said, God, I need a sign. Just like you just said, I need a sign. They need something that's a little bit more obvious. You know what he did?
What?
A dog jumped the fence and chased me back the other direction that I was coming from.
Well, he was letting you
He said, "You need to go back that way." And the dog chased me, man. But the dog only chased me for like 2 blocks. Then it went back home. Then I realized where I was at. I was over at my great grandma's house. He was saying, "You need to go back to great grandma's house." And I went in, and of course, great grandma got some nice warm pie, and you know what I'm saying. She's always cooking and sitting down watching her stories. And I sat down with her, and it dawned on me, I had skipped a step. I skipped a step, so the dog chased me back. So you got to be careful what you ask for. Oh my god! Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh, is your mic connected? Oh, there you are.
we're good. I had accidentally, it, yeah, it's all,
I saw you over there talking. I was like, hold on, I can't hear anything. What's going on?
and now
Now
I
you're
don't know what I was saying, because I was going with the moment, but
oh
oh,
my
I just, I just want to, I don't know.
god. This happens all the time, man.
Oh,
We have a lot of fun doing these, Um,
God is good.
yes.
Breathe and let just, oh, be grateful that your eyes opened, because as much as you think that, yeah, no, when your eyes open in the morning, it is a gift. And
Yeah.
if you treat it as a gift and work on time blocking and, kind of having a schedule, and maybe it doesn't, you can't follow it. Cause I remember the first time I tried to follow a schedule, I freaked myself out and I was like, I can't do this. And but just try to give yourself pockets of time of doing whatever it is that is important to you, and make sure that you keep your word and you show up for yourself daily,
Yes.
because when your
And
eyes are opened, you're here for a reason, because they didn't
that's
have to open.
that's very important. That's very true. And I know we're running out of time. So Janet, again, thank you for another Talk About It Wednesdays. This is a new segment, you guys, that we've been doing on top of the regular podcast as well. And if you guys have a topic, you want to come on and discuss this topic, please let me know. It's Talk About It Wednesdays on the Grief Let's Talk About It podcast. As you guys see, we have a great time, and this is what our conversations normally. This is what they're always like. So, reach out to me. with a topic, any topic that you want to talk about. Let's set up a time on a Wednesday, and we'll make it happen. Until that time, Janet, thank you again for being on here. Amazing guests, a great conversation, laughs, and everything else. I really pray 2024 is going to be an amazing year for each and every last one of us. We do have another episode coming up next Wednesday, so you guys stay tuned for that. But also stay tuned for the regular podcast as well. You know, we have some amazing guests coming up with some amazing stories. We got the new series coming out, so you guys keep an eye on there. And if you guys haven't already, and if this is your first time tuning in, do me a favor, go head over to the YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button for me, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified every time we drop a new episode. And also, if you know anyone that can benefit from these conversations that we have, please, by all means, share it with them. Again, thank you again, Janet, for being on. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys with all my heart. Until next time, you guys keep your head up and don't be afraid to set some really big goals for yourself going into the new year. All right.
They're allowed to scare you a bit, and I want to say Merry Christmas to absolutely everyone that hears this.
Yes.
And I wish you nothing but love and blessings through this time, whether it's you're on top of the clouds or you're feeling like you're beat down like a horse. It's all
Yes,
okay, and God is with you. We are with you, and never give up.
Never give up. Janet, thank you again. For
Thank
everyone
you.
else, thank you guys for all the love and respect and support. And until next time, you guys keep your head up. Peace.